If you've been on social media at any point in the last like week, maybe 2 weeks, then you have probably seen that Battlefront 3 is being spammed everywhere in the comments of TikTok, in the comments of YouTube. I don't really go on Instagram, maybe it's on Instagram too. But I have been seeing Battlefront 3, just that, spammed in every comment section that I look at, or something like Battlefront 3 spread the word, Battlefront 3 coming soon. Now, I don't know what's been causing this like mass copy pasta. From what I know, Battlefront 2 has recently had a surge in players. Not by that much, but I mean, people are saying it's like, you know, the highest since its peak. I don't know if that's true. I've also heard it's not that high at all, so I'm not too sure. But Battlefront 2's player base has been going up over the last couple of weeks. People are playing the game more. Now, I'm going to be honest for a second. I don't know what's going on, because even before all this Battlefront 3 stuff, I was kind of also thinking about hopping back on Battlefront 2. Like, I don't know what EA is pumping in the air. You know, the government's already putting fluoride in the water. It's making the baby sick. I don't know. But EA's doing something, because even I was feeling like getting back on Battlefront 2 and playing it again, because I kind of missed it. And honestly, I have been thinking about, you know, I mean, Battlefront 2, the last update, as far as I know, was years ago. Like, they don't update the game anymore, and they're not taking care of it. They're not adding characters or anything like that. I believe the last like couple characters they added, it might have been BB-8 in the other droid, BB-9E or something. But I mean, with all the new Star Wars shows that we've gotten since then, because I want to say that was like close to COVID times when it was the last update. Think of all the Star Wars like shows that we've gotten since then. We got the Kenobi series, we got the Ashoka series, which I haven't watched either of those, I'll be honest. But, you know, as someone who's sort of like just a classic Star Wars fan, I feel like we have been missing a big time, like, classic Star Wars multiplayer game in the 2020s, because we haven't really gotten that. Battlefront 2 released in, like, I think 2017 or 2018, and they could have done so much more with Battlefront 2 as well, because we didn't even have characters like Mace Windu, for example, right? Mace Windu was never in that game. It was cool, the characters that we had. We did have a lot of them, a lot more than Battlefront 1. But, you know, they could do like a Battlefront 3 where they take, you know, all the characters from BF1, they take all the characters from BF2. They could make this like a mega multiplayer Star Wars game, something that lasts more than just a couple of years like Battlefront 2 and Battlefront 1 did. Now, do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely not. I don't think EA loves us enough, or Star Wars or Disney in general love us enough to give us Battlefront 3. However, you know, if there was a Battlefront 3, of course I would play it. You know, Battlefront 2, I remember thinking back in the day when BF2 came out, these are the best graphics I have ever seen. Because, you know, you got to remember, this is around like that 2017 era, comes out on PS4, and it's just absolutely beautiful. I don't know what they did, how they did it, but the way that the stormtroopers looked, they got the lighting perfectly, they got the textures. Battlefront 2 looked absolutely amazing. Some of the faces on the characters were a little bit wonky, but if it wasn't a human face, it looked really, really good. Like, I'm still surprised, like, today, like, how they managed to do that back then. But Battlefront 2 had some incredible graphics, and look, a friend of mine loves Battlefront 1 a lot more than Battlefront 2. I don't know why. There's less in the first game. I don't understand. His reasoning is, like, because, you know, everybody could have the jetpack in the first game, whereas in the second game, only like specific heroes had the jetpack. I don't know. It seems like a stupid reasoning to me, but like with all the new shows that we've gotten, we could make a Battlefront 3 that is just blows everything out of the water. I mean, we're talking like we could have like 20 heroes and 20 villains. We could have so many skins, a bunch of different maps. Oh my goodness, like I'm just thinking about it now. Like just put everybody in that game, man. Dude, Mario Kart's doing the same thing for Switch too. The next Mario Kart, I'm pretty sure you can play as a thwomp. I'm pretty sure you can play as the items in that game. And look, if spreading the word is going to help get an actual BF3 game in development, I'm all for it. I'm going to start going to the TikTok comments too and spamming Battlefront 3 coming soon, Battlefront 3 spread the word, because everybody's been doing that, and it's really just because Battlefront 2 had a kind of more players than normal. I think people just miss the Star Wars games in general, and also just there's nothing out right now. Everybody's waiting for GTA 6, but GTA 6 got delayed, which I predicted, by the way. It's not coming out for another year. So what do people have right now in terms of like multiplayer games that aren't just like Call of Duty? You know what I mean? That aren't Battle Royale games or games like Marvel Rivals and Overwatch. You got nothing. So you got to resort to the games of the past. And Battlefront 2, well, apparently everybody's hopping back on that. And I am too. You know what? I'm going to go play it right now. The Heroes versus Villains mode, it was so satisfying to play. 4v4, ultimate chaos, ultimate fun. We got to get Mace Windu in the game. That's all I'm saying. We got to get Mace Windu in BF3. We got to get the Kenobi skin from the Kenobi series. We got to get that in the game. We got to get Mace Windu. We got to get C-3PO and R2-D2. I mean, I don't know what they would do in terms of like fighting like heroes versus villains, but maybe they can be in a separate game mode. Point is, bring them in as characters. And there's more than just that. Like, I haven't seen the shows. I know there's a whole bunch of... There's one of them, like Star Wars Alcalates or something. I haven't seen it, but there was one scene. I don't even know it's from the show, but there was one scene where that chick was like turning to the dark side and her blue lightsaber turned red, which I don't know how much sense that makes. I've heard that lightsabers can bleed red, but I've also heard it really just has to do with the crystal that's inside the lightsaber. And for some reason, the Sith really like the red crystals. Like, somebody in the comments, explain to me lightsaber lore in the comments, please. Now, I've also heard that Battlefront 3 was supposed to come out way back in the PS2 era. Like with the original Battlefront 2, there's actually supposed to be a third game, and it was supposed to be very big. It never happened. And here's what I'll say. We're in 2025, okay? BF2 came out in 2017. Where are the games? Dude, The Batman isn't getting a sequel until 2027. Am I the only one who's sick of this? I am so friggin' sick of waiting 5 years, more than 5 years, for something like... okay, let me put this into some perspective for everybody here. Okay, the PS5 comes out in 2020, and the PS4 came out in 2013. That's a 7-year difference. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but in my mind, that 7 years felt like 15 years. It felt like a really long time between PS4 and PS5. But now, we're 2 years away from like a PS6. Could you imagine if the PS6 came out in 2 years? I'm not ready for it. I feel like the PS5 just came out. Dude, I don't know what these game studios and movie studios are doing to us, but time is moving faster. I don't know what's going on, man. Time is moving so much faster. We haven't gotten a Spider-Man movie since 2021. It's been 4 years. And the next Spider-Man movie, probably not for another 2 years. So that's 6 years. Dude, Avengers Endgame comes out 2019. It's been 6 years. We're not getting the next one for another year. That's 7 years. That's the time between PS4 and PS5. So I do think Battlefront 3 should come out, because I think all these game studios and movie studios owe us. I do. I think EA owes us. We've waited long enough. Give us another multiplayer Star Wars game. But even if they were to start development now, it wouldn't come out for a very, very long time. You can blame it on COVID all you want, but this is ridiculous. And it's not just me who feels this way. It's not just us and the people in the TikTok comment sections who feel this way. Mohanid, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Ben Amor, I don't know if I'm saying that either, who plays Willman in the Disney Plus series Andor, says, Star Wars got to give us Battlefront 3 ASAP. He said that on Instagram. He posted an Instagram story where he said that. Then he follows it up. He says he grew up with Battlefront 2. He's been a veteran since day one. Let's hope Battlefront 3 happens. Oh my goodness. You have Star Wars actors. These people were in the franchise. These people are in the lore now. Okay, they're in Star Wars lore. That's it. They're in the franchise. And even they're saying that we got to get a Battlefront 3. Now, hopefully he knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who works for EA and who was on the Battlefront 2 team, and maybe he can put a good word in. If not, we're going to have to trust in me. We're going to have to trust in Robbie's Game Garage, because, guys, I have a way of making things happen. Let's just say that. So you can trust in me that Battlefront 3 will happen, but also I'm lying, because it's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. This is all false hope. Battlefront 2 has a recent surge in players, and that's really all it is. People have just been playing Battlefront 2 recently, and they want more. They want that game, but just more of that game, more content, and that's not going to happen. And if it does, it's not going to be called Battlefront 3. It's going to be called something else. But that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Is this going to happen? I don't think so. Again, I hope, but I don't think it will. But let me know in the comments what you think. Good night.
Kenobi brings the death stick.
Bit of a situation. Did I miss something?